What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fix in a Pinch. Thanks for stopping by. If I asked you to pick one tool to carry for the rest of this year, what would it be? For me, that is the SOG Powerpint or SOG Powerpint. This is the perfect size multi-tool, period. I honestly cannot think of a better multi-tool that I've tried in the recent years that fit all of the check marks that I wanted to. It is the perfect size, the perfect weight. It comes in at about 4.2 ounces. It's only a little bit above 3 inches when it's closed. It's got a perfect size set of pliers, a perfect set of tools here, albeit with a couple of modifications that I'll show you here in a second. But this thing just fits all of everything that I wanted to do, everything that I want a multi-tool to be. So you'll see here that I've got a black version and a stainless steel version here, kind of a stone wash on there. But the black version that I have typically rides in my camping kit, in kind of a tool kit that I take car camping with me. This one stays on my body in this little sheath that I'll talk about a little bit later. But this thing I have modded, this one has not been modded, and we'll get into what exactly was done there in a second. But yeah, this is just the perfect set of pliers here, nice and thin. You can get down to some fine work if you need to, but the leverage that you get from this is just up, and it's so buttery smooth right there. The wire cutters, everything, perfect little set of pliers. Now, when you can access the tools from the outside, which is always great when it comes to a multi-tool, but we'll run through the tools here. So on the outside, you've got a serrated blade. You've got a little can opener there, which I did actually sharpen up a little bit. It wasn't quite as sharp as I wanted it to be, but that's not a deal breaker. You've got a really good Phillips here. It's not quite standard sizing. I'm not sure what size they would consider this thing to be, but it works great. I haven't run into an issue where, I felt like I was lacking in the Phillips head screwdriver department there. So this is a great little Phillips. Nothing to scoff at here. The next one is a bottle opener, and let me go ahead and open these up all the way. This one is a bottle opener. You'll see when I open up the black one, there was a little bit of an extra tip here. I ended up cutting that off, and that's part of the mods here that I was talking about. I kind of ground that one down into a decent sized little small flathead there. So that one's a great tool. And then on the very end here, you've got a pair of scissors. Now, I will say this, the scissors on here do kind of leave a little bit to be desired. They're not the perfect scissors. I will leave that up to Leatherman. Leatherman's got a little bit better set of scissors, but these will get you through in a pinch. You're just not going to cut through some things like paracord or something like that. So, but perfect little size set of scissors if you absolutely needed to get through some. And close all these up. You're going to hit the back spacer here, and it'll allow you to shut everything down. I will say a little trick though is that if you have one open, any tool, and it's locked open like that, and instead of having to, like if it's closed up, instead of having to open it up and then hit that little backspacer, you can just open another tool a little bit and then you can shut both of them. So that works in a pinch. The other side, you're going to have a flat Warncliffe blade here, and I will say this knife has a really good edge on it, and it's not hard to keep sharpened. It does hold an edge fairly well. I don't, the blade for me doesn't get a ton of use, but when I need it, it's there, and I do like the Warncliffe blade and the ability to get precision work down here. It does come down to a nice fine point, so it's a good knife if you got to do some precision work. Then you have a little awl here, and it's actually a pretty useful awl. I've seen some pretty bad designs on awls in my time here, but nice and sharp and nice and functional. The next one here is a little tiny eyeglass or jeweler's screwdriver, a little flathead there, and it's got some good length on it. It would be a good little thing if you needed to get some tiny little screws out. That's a good addition there. Then the next one, if I can get it out there. This one is like a cord cutter or maybe even a seatbelt cutter. I will tell you this thing is sharp don't really use it all that much, but I'm glad it's there. It is very sharp and very functional and stout. And then the final one here is a file, and right on, on one side you just got a diagonal file, and then on the other side you've got a cross cut, and it does have some teeth on here on the end if you needed to, and that one works. And the whole thing is very well constructed. I did cut off the tip on this again, and like I said, I'll show you the comparison here with the black one, but I did file down the end there to get like a little bit of a flathead, just a little bit more function out of it. I do think SOG missed the opportunity on the lack of a flathead here. But yeah, so the pliers there, the size of the tool, the weight of it, everything, the pocket clip. I do have a sheath here that I picked up. I'll link that in the description below. But this is just the perfect multi-tool for your pocket for, if you don't want it to take up a ton of space, you don't want it to hit your wallet too hard, this thing is great. And I honestly can't say that it has disappointed me in any sense other than the quick modifications that I made, with the Dremel, and I just was able to knock that out. But since I did that, this thing fits all the bills. It's there when I need it. It does exactly what I need it to do, and I honestly don't think that and this may be a bold statement, I honestly don't think that you can buy a better multi-tool today. I said it. The Leatherman Arc, far too bulky, far too expensive for me. I just don't see the point. If I needed something that big, I'm going to go get a regular tool. But that said, I'm going to show you on the black one here. It's the same construction, everything's just all black. But the tools that I modified, let's see, this is the file here. So you can see how the file looked on that one. It's got like a kind of a little nail nick on the end. I just got rid of that on this one. Let me pull that out to give you a little comparison here. So I just changed the shape a little bit there, just knocked it out, ground it down a little bit on the sides, just to get a nice little flathead if I needed it. And this thing is super useful, and I've used it multiple times, opening battery compartments, stuff like that. On this side, it's right on the other side of the scissors there. Go ahead and open it up here. So you can see how it did look. It's got, again, kind of a little nail nick. It just didn't really seem like much of a useful end. I think they missed the opportunity there, but I was able to get rid of that and kind of same thing as I did on the file. Just kind of cut the end off with a Dremel and then ground it down a little bit just to get a nice little smaller flathead, a little bit larger flathead, in addition to that jeweler's that already comes on it. But again, I don't think you can go wrong with buying this. I think it's probably pound for pound the best multi-tool that anybody can get, and that they will actually carry and not think twice about it. And I don't. I've carried this thing in my pocket, or actually in this little sheath here, daily, every day since I got this. And we've been going on probably 6 months now, and this thing has not left my person. When I'm out and about, I'm carrying this all the time, except at the office. But we'll get into that. That's another video. But a great multi-tool. You can't go wrong. So check that out. This sheath, I will link it, like I said, down in the description below. But this I picked up off of Etsy, and it comes out of a guy from Ukraine. And, I don't have a problem supporting those folks right now. And this has been a perfect sheath. Fits my belt just fine. Stays in place. This is a great sheath. I can tell the construction is really well done. The leather's great. And I'm pretty sure that this is going to, age very well. So that said, thanks for stopping by. Like and subscribe.